The Umpqua Riverhawks, the Spokane Sasquatch, and the Walla Walla Warriors have all punched their ticket into the Final Four in the NWAC Women's Basketball Championship Tournament. The last ticket to be punched will be the Skagit Valley Cardinals or the Columbia Basin Hawks, and they're set to do battle here at the Walt Price Sports and Fitness Center here on the campus of Everett Community College. Hello, everybody. Tom Lafferty, along with Lake Stevens assistant basketball coach Randy Edens. Glad he's with us tonight. We're about to watch a couple of teams, the Columbia Basin Hawks, the Skagit Valley Cardinals. And Coach, finally you're getting to see some players you've seen play in high school for the Skagit Valley Cardinals.
Yeah, no, there's a few out here, Monroe and certainly Arlington Ludwig from Arlington and Miller and Palan from Monroe. So yeah, it'll be good to see them in a little bit different environment and hopefully have some success tonight.
So we're set for the introduction of the starting lineups, and we'll start with the Skagit Valley Cardinals. The Cardinals coming in at 23-6. Steve Epperson is their head coach, and they will start Brianna Chow, a 5'5" sophomore from Blaine High School, along with Deidre Miller from Monroe at 7.5 points per ball game, a sophomore at 5'10". Mandy Hayes from Blaine High School, 10.1 points per ball game. She's a 5'9" sophomore. For Emily Yost, a sophomore, 5'11", from Mount Baker High School in Deming at 13.9 points per ball game. And Adia Jones-Smith from Tulalip Heritage High School in Marysville at 10.1 points per ball game. She's a freshman at 5'10". Those are the Skagit Valley Cardinals, as we mentioned, coming in at 23-6. Columbia Basin enters the tournament, enters this game at 20-8. Columbia Basin, the number 3 seed out of the East Division. They will start Sierra Perez, a sophomore at 5'4", out of Pasco High School, 20.3 points per ball game for Sierra Perez. Sabine Kao from Woodinville High School at 8.1 points per ball game. She's a freshman at 5'10". Alexis Higginbotham, a sophomore at 5'8", from Zilla at 12.6 points per ball game. Emily Botkin from White Swan, 14.1 points per ball game, a sophomore at 6'1". And Kayla Jones, a sophomore 5'10", from White Swan at 17.1 points per ball game. So for Columbia Basin, their head coach Darren Santo, and we're set to go. As we mentioned earlier today, it was Umpqua over Peninsula, 85-58. It was Spokane 76, Bellevue 62. So that'll be Umpqua and Spokane next week, 2 o'clock in the first of the 2 Final Four games for the women Saturday here at Everett Community College. Walla Walla just got done defeating the Lower Columbia Red Devils, final of 63-57. So Walla Walla, they'll wait in the wings. They'll watch this game and see who they play next week here on at 4 o'clock. The men's have already been decided. Umpqua takes on Tacoma next Saturday at 6 o'clock. Walla Walla takes on Lower Columbia at 8 o'clock in the nightcap next Saturday night. We're ready for some Community College women's basketball here between the Lower Columbia or the Columbia Basin Hawks. We just did Lower Columbia. Now it's Columbia Basin. Columbia Basin in Pasco. Skagit Valley in Mount Vernon just north of us, and we're set to go. Both teams out on the floor. We're ready for some Community College women's basketball. Mark Ickert, Stephanie Rowland, Taylor Mink are the officials for this ball game. Last game of the weekend. 8 games on Thursday for the men, 4 more on Friday for the men. So that's 12. This will be the 24th game in 4 days here and the ball went out of bounds, and they're going to say last touched here by Columbia Basin. So it's 3 seconds in. It'll be Skagit Valley basketball as they move to our left in the home white uniforms. Brianna Chow runs their point. We saw them play last night as they swing it right side. Emily Yost in the corner goes to Deidre Miller. Back out on top again as they just try to work the perimeter here. 13 to shoot. Deep in the left-hand corner. Mandy Hayes down to 7 to shoot. Turn around, and it's going to be blocked right back, and that is Emily Botkin. We saw her really gimpy last night on a couple of bad knees. In fact, we joked that she was going to go over to 7-Eleven and buy 2 full bags of ice just to put on her knees. And they come away with nothing so far, a 0-0 tie, and we go back the other way with the Skagit Valley Cardinals with the basketball. Brianna Chow, left side Yost. Starts the dribble, goes to the foul line, down goes Botkin, and up goes the shot, and the lead is up to 2-0 lead for Skagit Valley here in the early going. Now dribble drive right side, going around the defense, going and putting it up with the right hand is Higginbotham. Ball goes out of bounds, and it'll be last touch by Columbia Basin Skagit Valley basketball. Go ahead.
Much like we saw the first game here, everyone trying to get a feel for the game, a little jitters, kind of no one looking to be super aggressive here, just trying to feel the waters, get comfortable.
I think that'll probably change. These two teams, they want to go into the Final Four here, as now Skagit Valley working around the perimeter. A little pull-up jumper from 8 feet away. It's up and it's good. That's a good shot there by Deidre Miller, and it's a 4-0 lead for Skagit Valley. Columbia Basin down low to Botkin, knocked out of bounds, blocked from behind. That brings a big cheer and a roar from the Skagit Valley bench on the far side. The bench players are into it.
I like it. Enthusiasm. Let's go.
So baseline out of bounds here for Columbia Basin. Have to hand it to Columbia Basin. Last night they wore the dark, almost black uniforms with the black numbers and very little trim, and it was hard to read their numbers. Easier here with the more Columbia blue. Maybe it's not that easy because they just threw it out of bounds. They couldn't find an open person, but Columbia blue is Columbia Basin. And Skagit Valley in the white uniforms bringing it out of backcourt after the turnover. Yost bounce it to Hayes. Mandy Hayes to Yost, over around the left side to Brianna Chow. Now in the corner it goes. Deidre Miller back out to Adia Jones-Smith. Smith is knocked away momentarily. Back to Smith again. 8 to shoot. Step through move. I'm not sure why she stepped through. There's no one to step around. And Deidre Miller cans it. And it's a 6-0 lead for Skagit Valley. And a timeout immediately is going to be called here by Columbia Basin with 7:49 to play in the first quarter. Skagit Valley 6, Columbia Basin nothing. Back to Everett right after this on STSPN.com.
As certified jumpers, divers, and survival experts, Special Forces are dropped behind enemy lines to train foreign fighters, carry out covert missions, or prevent future conflicts. These soldiers live for the challenge, highly trained and highly intelligent. Special Forces soldiers are the best of the best.
Well, Coach, what do you like about Skagit Valley's game so far with a 6-0 lead?
Well, I think the little matchup zone that Columbia Basin's tried to come at them with really hasn't bothered them much. And if you're going to give up open shots, well, it looks like Miller's ready to knock those down for them, at least here early.
Here's an open three. That's an air ball by Sabine Kao. Missed everything. And it's going to be grabbed here by Skagit Valley. Cardinals with a 6-0 lead. Mandy Hayes, right wing. They swing it around the left-hand side to Yost. Down the corner to Miller, back to Yost again, top of the key, starts to dribble, backing in, back between a couple of defenders, and banks it up and in. Not much question there. It's an 8-0 run to start the ball game. Now, Columbia Basin trying to answer here. They haven't had an answer yet. Here dribbling in, that is going to be Higginbotham. There's the answer. If you blow by the defense, you can lay it up and in, and it closes to a 6-point lead for Skagit Valley. Chow. Now left to Yost, down the corner to Miller. Yost again. And here's the top of the key, three-pointer, banked it in. You'll take it any way it goes, and Adia Jones-Smith banks it up and in. It's back to an 8-point lead for, did they give her a 2? They put a 2 on the board.
Yikes, that was clearly a 3.
They're kind of talking over on the bench. The PA announcer, who's never wrong, by the way, speaking as a PA announcer. So they may want to talk about that. But dribbling in, I guess they gave her a 2. And it's going to be a couple of shots here as a foul is going to be called. And that's going to send Kayla Jones to the free throw line for Columbia Basin. And the Skagit Valley foul is going to be called to Emily Yost. Her first personal foul, first team foul. Kayla Jones averaging 17.1 points per ball game from White Swan High School. First one is good. So I guess we're going to go with the 2 ball on that last one. No one seems interested in challenging us. Next one by Jones is good. Hits them both, and it's a 6-point lead for Skagit Valley. Chow brings it out of backcourt. She'll change direction. Go to Hayes. Chow. The corner. Miller. Miller almost lost the handle on it. She swings it around to the top of the key. Hayes was open for a 3, instead goes in closer for a close-in shot that won't go, but the offensive rebound back down and in by Emily Yost. It's back out to an 8-point lead for Skagit Valley. CBC trying to answer, can't. They throw the ball away. Intercepted there and grabbed by Deidre Miller. And Chow brings it out of backcourt for the Cardinals. Hayes and Chow again. Bounce pass to Jones-Smith. Now to Hayes again. Open 3 ball. Too hard. Wouldn't go. Higginbotham grabs the rebound for the Hawks. Bring it out of backcourt. That's Kayla Jones. Sabine Ko, little jump through move, won't go. Rebound grabbed by Hayes. Here come the Cardinals. Thought they were going to go on the break. They decided, let's just slow things down and bring it up the old-fashioned way. And Brianna Chow brings it into front court. Mandy Hayes, Brianna Chow. Swing it over. So they just work the perimeter here. 13 to shoot. Dribbling in. They're going to call an offensive foul.
That's the right call there. She kind of dropped her shoulder. Defender was in great position. Good call by the official.
Adia Jones-Smith from Tulalip Heritage High School from Marysville. Her first personal foul, second team foul. We were wondering last night if geographically from all the players that are playing here, if she's not the closest actually to Everett Community College. Because Tulalip Heritage is just across the bay over here.
It is, just across the trestle. I think so. That's probably a good observation.
Because there was a girl last night from Kamiak, but that's a little further out in Mukilteo there. Foul's going to be called. Higginbotham is going to go to the free throw line. And that is going to be on Adia Jones-Smith, and she just picked up her second personal foul, third team foul. And I think she just picked up a seat on the bench next to Steve Epperson. First free throw, no good. Yep, she'll check out. Actually, she's not going to sit next to Coach.
Probably a good idea this early in the game. Halfway down is probably a little more appropriate.
Yeah, count 1, 2, 3. One assistant coach and 3 players away. So, okay, that's the spatial there. 12-4, the lead now. They swing it. Yost in the corner now. Jessica Ludwig from Arlington had just checked in. Brianna Chow 7 to shoot. Chow again. Goes into the lane, puts it up with the left hand. It won't go. They play volleyball with the basketball. Finally going to be won there by Emily Botkin. Here comes Columbia Basin. Higginbotham. They quickly working around the perimeter. Here's a little runner up, and it is good. Up and in by Sierra Perez, and the lead is 6 points at 12-6. Hayes gets it up on top to Miller. Little runner won't go. Missed by Miller. The rebound controlled by Columbia Basin. Higginbotham out of backcourt. Brings it up herself and puts it in from 6 feet away. And the Skagit Valley, after a little run here, will take a timeout. A 12-8 score. 4-point lead for Skagit Valley. Steve Epperson having a few choice words with one of the officials. We'll take a break. We come back to Everett Community College right after this timeout.
I'm Mike Marzetta from Mind's Eye. Mind's Eye Robotics is a hands-on STEM education experience. We teach the teachers how to implement the curriculum in the lab, and 90% of it is them building, programming, inventing. We want the kids to come home from school and go, wow, I did the coolest thing today, and they're thinking I'm having too much fun and I can't put this dang project down. When STCU supports learning, they're supporting our future. What's a better place to help the greater good than helping kids? I'm Mike Marzetta, and STCU is here for good.
Todd Elvig from STSBN has already said he's going to get us all some of those robot toys that we see on that STCC commercial during our timeouts. That'll be fun. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Dribbling through Emily Yost here for Skagit Valley. They have the lead 12-8. And a foul is going to be called. Higginbotham's kind of shaking her head, but she's not the guilty party here. That's going to be called on Kayla Jones. And Jones is going to pick up her first personal foul, first team foul.
Makes you wonder if that conversation with Coach Epperson a second ago got that call.
First free throw won't go. So Jessica Ludwig will get another. Jessica Ludwig averaging 5.1 points per ball game, a freshman at 5'10", but from a very successful Arlington Eagles team from a year ago. Finished second in the state. She's off with that team, now playing at Skagit Valley Community College. Columbia Basin with the basketball, down by 5, and here's a steal. Stolen away there by that same Jessica Ludwig. Stop, pop, shot won't go. That's a miss there by Mandy Hayes. Columbia Basin now on the run. Here they come out of backcourt. Kayla Jones out to the left-hand side. Alexis Higginbotham. Shot goes up, won't go. Rebound one more time. Again, that's Jessica Ludwig grabbing the rebound. Getting on the stat sheet here as she takes advantage of her playing time. Ludwig, swing at left-hand corner. Mandy Hayes. Hayes up fakes a little bit. Now getting it over to Ludwig. Goes in too hard off the glass, no good. Rebound goes out of bounds. I'm sorry, I don't know my A and upper B basketball history. Was White Swan good a couple of years ago?
Well, they've got a plethora of players.
Botkin and Jones, 34 and 35, are huge.
Yeah, you would think so. I would imagine a B, 2B school.
Yeah, we're going to have to look that up. Kayla Jones nails a 3 ball from way outside and puts it in. It's a 13-11 score. Skagit with the lead, Skagit with the basketball. They were looking for a travel call, not going to get it. Brianna Chow too hard off the glass, and she got fouled on the way in. Were you a victim of that Arlington team a year ago? Did you guys play them?
A couple years in a row, yeah. So it was nice to get them back this year, even though it was early in the season. We've had a nice rivalry. Joe's done a nice job there at Arlington, and Jessica, she's one of those players, and I think she's going to provide that for Skagit here if she stays around. But she's kind of that glue. She just brings a group together, does a lot of the dirty work, and I always enjoyed watching, even though she was an opponent of ours. I always like watching her play.
Yeah, you need those glue players, don't you?
You certainly do. You can't have 5 scorers. You got to have somebody that's going to willing to do the dirty work and fill those things that maybe don't always get recognized in the stat sheet either.
Well, there's one that will be. Another rebound by Ludwig. over the left-hand corner as they're working it now to Mandy Hayes. Hayes, I'm not sure she was supposed to be getting the basketballs, but she did. Emily Yost dribbles into the trouble. 8 on the shot clock, an air ball by Chow. The putback up and in. Grabbing the rebound here on the near side and back up and in is Maddie Bryan. And she puts it up and in. Maddie Bryan out of Seaholm High School. Long outside shot there by Sierra Perez. That will not go. And the rebound brought down by Skagit Valley.
Columbia Basin here has got to do a little bit better job on the glass. It seems like a shot goes up, they turn and go locate the ball instead of a player. That's given Skagit a couple of opportunities.
That's Emily Yost for an opportunity and a bucket. It's back out to a 6-point ball game. Skagit Valley is led by as much as 8 points in this ball game. Here's a shot on the way. Bang! Down it goes for Kayla Jones with a 3. From that same White Swan High School, 17.1 points per ball game. 3-point lead. Now they work it right side. Hayes. Again to the nearer side here. Maddie Bryan. Shot clock is dead. 10 to shoot. Dribbling in is Chow. Left side it goes to Yost. Back over to Chow. Will shoot at the horn and settle it through. And that is the buzzer. End of the first quarter of action. Our score. The Skagit Valley Cardinals 19. The Columbia Basin Hawks 14. We'll be back with more live from Everett Community College on STSPN.com.
I remember the moment clearly.
I'll never forget that moment.
As long as I live.
I realized at that moment, when we first saw the damage, these people really needed us. And I was going to make a difference, right here in my community. Together with local responders, we cleared trees and collapsed walls. We had to get to the family trapped beneath. As a citizen soldier, I made a difference.
Be there for your community at NationalGuard.com.
Yes, yes.
Welcome to Basketball City, USA.
I use my brain, open lanes to the top of the game. I use my hand on any man that would try to contain me. Use my feet and compete like I need to the death. I use my heart and it'll beat till I breathe my last breath.
Hoop Fest 2017. Don't miss your shot.
To, I was going to say downtown Everett. We're not in downtown Everett. We're in North Everett. Almost Riverside in Everett. Everett Community College, the Walt Price Fitness Center here on the campus of ECC. Beautiful facility. Great place to host a tournament. And they've done just that here the last 4 days and 2 more days next weekend. The Final Four for both the men and the women. And then a couple all-star games as well next Saturday and Sunday. Bounce pass underneath. 15 to shoot, and here's a long outside shot, no good by Kayla Jones. Kept alive by Botkin. Jones tried to hustle her way in there, couldn't do it because the ball was taken away from her and grabbed by Skagit Valley. Cardinal basketball, Michaela Lancaster. Maddie Bryan now. Swings it past the left-hand side. Emily Yost. Back to Bryan again. Now to Hayes in traffic, puts it up, short arms it no good from just about point blank range, and then standing out of bounds, trying to save it from going out of bounds was Higginbotham. So it'll be still in the possession of the Cardinals. And there's a fresh 30 on the shot clock. Back to the basket there is Ludwig, and then back out. Ludwig gets the assist because the 2 goes down for Katie Pyland. Excuse me, Maddie Bryan. Maddie Bryan with that one. It's 21-14, a 7-point lead for Skagit Valley. Corner jumper, air ball again. Air mailed up there. That was a miss by Crystal Fanganillo from Kodiak, Alaska. Missed that one. Now Skagit Valley. Hayes will swing it around. They go left-hand side. Lancaster. Kind of defense trying to get the ball away. Lancaster again. Back out, little step through move going in. Short arm to lay and no good. Gets her own rebound, Maddie Bryan did. but was standing out of bounds, so it'll be given over now to Columbia Basin.
I noticed Saban Ko just came in for Columbia Basin. She was carting a garbage can with her, so she doesn't seem like she's feeling particularly well. We'll see how this goes with her stretch of time on the floor.
Sierra Perez, she really was carrying a garbage. Oh, is that the garbage can?
That's it.
Right there?
Right down off the scorer's table there.
KO with it. We're going to get a shot of that. Right side. I just hope there's nothing in it. Dribbling in, laying up, good. Well, she did it just fine. So far, she feels pretty good. And here's a steal. Sierra Perez takes it away. 1-on-3, shoots and hits. It was a big lead. Now it's 3. Quickly, a couple of good guard play there. Michaela Lancaster dribbles out. Boy, I thought she was going to go up for the 3. She didn't. That was Ludwig. As they swing it up to the top of the key. Shot on the way. Won't go for Emily Pillman. Back up. Count the basket and 1.
Jessica's had a nice first half here. She's really crashed the glass well, done a lot of things that I'm super familiar with on her end. She's capable out there. I'm surprised she didn't pull that, but made a good choice, got herself a rebound, put back in an and 1.
So over by the official, you can see the garbage can there that Sabine Ko was carrying with her. That's not a good sign. Another foul here. Foul by Columbia Basin. Sabine Ko just picked up her second personal foul. She just doesn't feel good, so I think I'm just going to go to bed after I foul out here.
The Stanford women's player the other night at Key Arena had some of the same issues. Shooting a free throw, made her second free throw, and literally ran off the floor. And Stanford played with 4 players, and she had the flu. So,
really?
And they had to sub somebody in. Everybody didn't know what was going on. She went right down the tunnel. We didn't see her for a couple of minutes. Came back out. She's ready to go back in.
So go out and barf a couple of hurl a couple of times.
Got to do what you got to do, I guess. Looks like Ko's got the garbage can in front of her now, trying to drink some Gatorade and hopefully keep her lunch in.
Right wing, Kayla Jones has it top of the key. Swing it over to the left corner for a 3. Ball won't go for Higginbotham. And down it comes for Skagit Valley with a 5-point lead, 23-18. And a steal taken away here by Kayla Jones. Went down hard to the floor and then flipped the ball over to a teammate. And the Columbia Basin has it. Shot on the way. They're going to say partially blocked from the side by Mandy Hayes. I thought maybe she got her arm too, but apparently not.
It was close. I think both officials looked at each other and realized they needed to go that direction with how the ball went behind the hoop.
Emily Botkin on the inbounds gets it. Now give it off to Jones down low. Higginbotham, ball checked away from her, and it's right back the other way we go. Skagit Valley with the basketball. Up the floor it goes. I thought maybe a call for a foul there. Deidre Miller kind of got punched as she received the pass. Miller again. Long, outside. 3 won't go for Lancaster. Long up the floor, going in, laying up. Good! Good for Fanganillo. And it's 23-20, Skagit by 3. Got ourselves a ball game here. Pillman. Now to Miller, back to Pillman again, to Maddie Bryan. Hayes, Lancaster, 7 to shoot. Long outside 3 ball, and down it goes. Big time shot there, Emily Pillman out of Kamiak High School in Mukilteo. But we decided Tulalip Heritage was closer than Kamiak.
Yes, slightly closer for sure.
Right-hand side, going down underneath. As Columbia Basin working it around now. Higginbotham with the basketball over to Fanganillo. That's Jones. Jones goes in, and the ball's kicked around a couple times, bounces like a pinball, and grabbed by Skagit Valley. Cardinals with a 26-20 lead. They have the basketball. Maddie Bryan with it. Out between the circles is Hayes. Hayes gets it back, sort of, except it's just tipped over to her teammate Miller. And a foul is going to be called. And it's going to be called here on Deidre Miller. Picks up the foul, her first personal foul, and the first team foul. And we step aside with a media timeout. 4:50 to play in the half. Skagit 26, CBC 20. Back to Everett right after this.
The challenges facing the country never stop. So neither does the U.S. Army. We train, adapt, and get smarter. Every soldier, every unit, every day. Not to keep up with change, but to drive it. Nobody knows what problems tomorrow will bring, but we do know who will solve them.
Well, Sabine Ko has had a seat on the bench, and she's kind of holding her stomach and got a garbage can in front of her and a couple of bottles of Gatorade. There she is. And I'll tell you what, we've all been there. Have you been coaching on the bench? You think, like, I'm not going to make the whole game.
You know, if we had qualified for the regional that Friday, I was so sick at home, and I was thinking of exactly that. Gosh, what would I do? You know, I'd be in big trouble. So, yeah, you got to do what you got to do sometimes.
So the officials have kind of been meeting here, and I think everybody's all on the same page. So here we go, up the floor with a shot, deep right-hand corner. Sierra Perez with a miss. For Columbia Basin, it's now Skagit Valley basketball. Leading by 6, 26-20. Final 4.5 minutes of the first half. That's Lancaster now on top. Long outside three ball that won't go for Pillman, but kept alive by Skagit Valley. They're sweeping the offensive rebounding boards. Lancaster, we'll take a look at those numbers at halftime, but it's got to be a lot. Second and third opportunities here. As they swing it around, they just work the perimeter down to 13 to shoot. Step through move, lay-in, kind of a lay-in, won't go. Miller, another offensive rebound. Miller puts it up, puts it in.
It's cost Columbia Basin a few times where a shot goes up and then they just kind of go ball watching. Extra chances have really helped Skagit here.
26-20, Skagit with the lead. Columbia Basin with the basketball. Underneath they go, lay-in will not go. Back up, no, by Botkin. Kicks it back out. Here's a long outside shot by Jones, will not go. And the rebound is going to be controlled by Skagit Valley. Deidre Miller with the basketball, and she gives it up to her point guard, Maddie Bryan, brings it out of backcourt. Little stutter step move, comes to the top of the key. Hayes with it, bounce pass out. Right side for Pillman. Thought she was going to take a three, didn't. Instead passes off to her teammate. And then down it goes for Maddie Bryan with a three. And the lead is 11 points, and a timeout on the floor called by Columbia Basin. That's the biggest lead of the game for the Skagit Valley Cardinals, 11, 31-20. Back to Everett right after this.
Medical specialists in the Guard are skilled in CPR, field triage, and emergency life support. Medics stabilize and evac the wounded during combat, come to the aid of civilians in a disaster, and provide day-to-day outpatient care. Medical specialists are saving lives on and off the battlefield.
Tom Lafferty along with Randy Edens here at Everett Community College. Coach, you're saying during the break, Sierra Perez needs to get going.
Yeah, I would think, obviously, her playing in that guard spot, Skagit was in that little 1-2-2 zone in the first quarter, change it up to a 2-3 here. It's got to be a green light for her.
Perez misses, but the offside rebound back up. And good by Emily Botkin. 31-22. That's Bryan. Goes left side to Miller. Back out to the top again to Pillman. Dribbles in too hard off the glass, no good. Whistle sounds. Boy, seems late. Whistle comes in very late. Pillman goes to the free throw line. The foul is going to be on Kayla Jones, her second personal foul, third team foul. Free throw, no good for Pillman. Playing close to home from Kamiak High School, Mukilteo. Next one, she called bank and it goes in. Now checking in, Kendall Sage from Ephrata.
The free throw was so ugly, it was good.
You'll take the points any way you can get them.
That's true.
Higginbotham as they swing it around to Perez and back over underneath. Going in, Higginbotham has the ball knocked away and then grabbed back by Emily Botkin. She takes up some space under there, but I'll tell you what, she's got pretty good hands. Emily Botkin lays it up and in. Averages 14.1 points per ball game.
Got a nice fortuitous bounce there as well.
Rather be lucky than good. Dribble drive along the left. Ooh, almost an overplay on the defense to get it. Then out for a two that wouldn't go. A miss by Miller and cleared out here by Columbia Basin. Kendall Sage to Perez. Back to Sage. It won't go. The three misses. Goes out of bounds. I'm going to say last touch here by Skagit Valley. Columbia Basin retains possession with 1:41 to play in the first half. The lead is 8 for Skagit Valley. CBC throws it in. They're looking for Botkin. She gets fouled. I think Pillman was just kind of biding her time. KO's going to come back in.
9 times out of 10, anytime a post player is going to go over the top like that, a whistle's going to blow. You got to have that position ahead of the game before you swipe down on the ball like that.
Pillman, first personal foul, second team. Neither team will get into the bonus here in this half. Here's an air ball. Well, that's kept alive here by Columbia Basin, but Skagit Valley gets the basketball. Perez has just been ice cold, not close. Last few shots up the floor. Here we go. That is going to be a runner that's no good by Maddie Bryan. Chase saved from going out of bounds initially there by Deidre Miller. That, like I say, was last touch by Columbia Basin player. So it'll be Skagit Valley basketball in the corner. 1:16 to play, first half. Cardinals will throw it in from the far corner of the court. On the inbounds, bounce it underneath. Pillman puts it up, won't go. She thought she got fouled. Looked at the official. The official says, play on, McDuff. Going in, laying, good! I don't know how, but Alexis Higginbotham flung it up, and she'll get a chance for a three-point play.
I think she expected the whistle, but I certainly don't think she expected to make that.
Miller picks up the foul, second personal, third team. Free throw here for Alexis Higginbotham from Zilla. So Columbia Basin with players from Pasco, Woodinville, Zilla, Kodiak, Alaska, Kennewick, White Swan, and Ephrata. Free throw, no good. 32-26. I don't think I've ever been to Zilla.
Briefly for myself.
Over the left-hand side for Maddie Bryan. I think Zilla, if you drive through, it's briefly, right?
Yeah, that's exactly it. Let's say it's near Yakima. We've all been to Yakima.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe I have. Here's the fadeaway jumper. Won't go. It's going to be a miss there for Emily Yost. Back up, no good. And clearing out and grabbing the rebound is Emily Botkin. About a 4-second differential, shot clock, game clock. 23 to shoot here for Columbia Basin, down by 6. 18 to shoot. They get it down low to Botkin. I'm not sure who she was bounce passing it to. Doesn't matter because it was going to be saved, almost saved from going out of bounds there, but carrying it out of bounds, Emily Olsz. She slid into home plate. She was called safe. So now baseline inbounds. 13 to shoot, 17 on the game clock. First half. Perez to KO. The corner, Higginbotham, open three. Bang! Down it goes. 32-29 with 6 seconds to go. One more shot here. Chow brings it out of backcourt. Quickly brings it up and just flings it up there. It won't go. And then that will bring us now to the end of the first half of action here at Everett Community College. Our score at the end of the first, it's Skagit Valley Cardinals 32, the Columbia Basin Hawks 29. We'll come back to Everett right after this.
Interested in learning about a career in criminal justice? Big Bend Community College has 2 degree options. One will prepare you for transfer to a university, and the other will teach you the basic skills many employers are looking for in entry-level applicants. Many graduates have started exciting careers in law enforcement, corrections, and forensics. Students gain experience and networking opportunities through hands-on training with local law enforcement. Local officers, attorneys, and judges visit classes to share expertise, actively recruit, or help with fun campus activities like our mock trial and crash simulation. Students tour local prisons, visit courts and law enforcement agencies to see how criminal justice works in our area. We offer classes in a variety of formats to provide flexibility for our students, and our advisors will help you along the way to meet your specific academic goals. Come see if a career in criminal justice is right for you. Big hopes, big dreams, big successes at Big Bend Community College.
This is my classroom. These are my school supplies. This is my laboratory. These are my assignments. This is my study group. This is my career. Apply and enroll now to the NIC Pharmacy Technology Program. North Idaho College. Start here, go anywhere.
People often ask, what is it you do? I'm an Idaho Army National Guard soldier. But then again, it's not that simple. You see, I'm more than a weekend warrior. It's a continuous effort every day. Yeah, there's extremely long hours, but it's worth it. I love my job. It's like anything else. My profession is whatever I want to make of it. I get to do the incredible things most people dream of. The men and women I serve with are dedicated to being a premier force. It's amazing when you see my entire unit work together. When push comes to shove and we receive that order, we put steel on target. I'm always ready to be called upon to serve our nation. But in the meantime, I train.
Present. Oh.
I serve and protect my neighbors while defending their right to freedom. I'm an Idaho community asset that stands among our citizens. The boundaries I once thought I had are continuously tested and broadened. So there you have it. People will not always know who I am or what I do. But that's alright, because I do.
We are all frustrated with the high cost of heating and cooling our homes. At GNS, we are completely changing the way you keep your home comfortable. Our Mitsubishi ductless heat pumps allow you to control the temperature in each room separately, all of which can be controlled from your smartphone or tablet. Because we are the mini split experts here in Washington, we can design a perfect system for you, one that will save you a lot of money on your utility bill. Call GNS Heating, Cooling, and Electrical today or visit us at gsheating.com.
The commercial pilot program at Big Bend teaches students to fly and gives them the ratings and certificates necessary to work as a commercial pilot. Many of our students come to the commercial pilot program with little or even no aviation experience. They'll start flying an aircraft on day 2, and they progress through training with an instructor to flying the aircraft by themselves, traveling to other airports throughout the Northwest, and they get to learn to fly in a variety of different aircraft. Our students are all scheduled to fly twice a week at a minimum, and they will attend aviation ground school courses that are taught here on campus by the same instructors they fly with. The program operates 23 aircraft, mostly single-engine trainers. We also have multi-engine aircraft, as well as a float plane and a tailwheel aircraft. Moses Lake offers great weather for aviation and for training, with 5 runways at the airport, 13 approaches, a tower, and radar control. Our students also have the opportunity to operate in airspace that includes Boeing jets, the military, and lots of other flight training and testing activities.
At NIC, we believe in investing in our future, one built with dedicated, skilled, and hardworking people. And with the new career and technical education facility at North Idaho College, the future is bright. Today's students are tomorrow's workforce, and North Idaho College's career and technical education program will provide the training that will get you the job. Together, let's build the future. North Idaho College. Start here, go anywhere.
I'm Mike Marzetta from Mind's Eye. Mind's Eye Robotics is a hands-on STEM education experience. We teach the teachers how to implement the curriculum in the lab, and 90% of it is them building, programming, inventing. We want the kids to come home from school and go, wow, I did the coolest thing today, and they're thinking I'm having too much fun and I can't put this dang project down. When STCU supports learning, they're supporting our future. What's a better place to help the greater good than helping kids? I'm Mike Marzetta, and STCU is here for good.
My game's developed 100% since I've been here in the Bay Area. Getting to the NBA is a major accomplishment, but surviving in the NBA is a totally new challenge. The way that I see the game now is all because of the experiences I've had in the last 7 years. It's all been an amazing journey.
LCC has definitely prepared me to transfer to Oregon State because it's helped me with my study skills. I'm a much harder worker than I was in high school.
I had a great support base by the staff, and I've made some great friends that I think I'll carry on with my life.
I've definitely loved my classes. I've learned a lot. It's been a healthy environment.
Don't be afraid to branch out. The people here are awesome. I'm going to be in it for a while, but down the road I'll be finishing up and be ready to join the workforce.
Let's see, I graduated from high school in 2008, went to UW for a year, came back to Spokane. You know, graduated, wasn't really sure what I was going to do, so I headed to Spokane Falls. I feel like the energy in Spokane is evolving. Having a good, accessible college right here in town is a really important part of that. So I just started working at Helvetica, which is a local design firm. The Falls definitely prepared me for getting a good job right out of college.
My name is Morgan Lynch. This is my college, my community.
You're watching SDSPN!
Are you interested in learning about a career in criminal justice? Big Bend Community College has 2 degree options. One will prepare you for transfer to a university, and the other will teach you the basic skills many employers are looking for in entry-level applicants. Many graduates have started exciting careers in law enforcement, corrections, and forensics. Students gain experience and networking opportunities through hands-on training with local law enforcement. Local officers, attorneys, and judges visit classes to share expertise, actively recruit, or help with fun campus activities like our mock trial and crash simulation. Students tour local prisons, visit courts and law enforcement agencies to see how criminal justice works in our area. We offer classes in a variety of formats to provide flexibility for students, and our advisors will help you along the way to meet your specific academic goals. Come see if a career in criminal justice is right for you. Big hopes, big dreams, big successes at Big Bend Community College.
And we welcome you back to the Walt Price Student Fitness Center, the campus of Everett Community College. Beautiful facility. Didn't do much wrong when they built this one a couple of years ago. Second of 3 years where the NWAC tournament will be played here at Everett. They're hoping to extend that as well. And we are at halftime here. A 32-29 lead for Skagit Valley over Columbia Basin as they're looking to punch their ticket going in to the Final Four, be played in that same building next week here in Everett. Sephora Yaous earlier today from the Peninsula Pirates.
Nothing. Rolls
There's
off the
a
rim,
rebound.
kiss
It
of the
comes
glass
down.
and in.
Yaous from the NWAC logo. Bang! Down it goes. Coach, you'd like to see that for your teams, wouldn't you? Just shoot from there. You get the green light from the NWAC
five-footer
logo.
rolls off the rim, kiss of the glass and in.
I don't think he cared where it went, and then lo and behold, it went through the basket.
So she put it up, put it in, and that was that. And Peninsula's Sephora Yaous. She's a 5'8" guard from K.A. Etterbeek High School in Brussels, Belgium.
Five-footer rolls off the rim, kiss of the glass and in.
Of all places, you ended up with Peninsula
College, a Peninsula Pirate from over on the Olympic Peninsula. So that was earlier today. This is the last game of the day with the Columbia Basin Hawks and the Skagit Valley Cardinals. Skagit Valley out of Mount Vernon. Taking a look at the stats on this one. 9 points, leading scorer for Columbia Basin for Alexis Higginbotham. Then 8 points for Kayla Jones inside. And then leading scorer for Skagit Valley It's 8 points for Emily Yost, 7 points for Maddie Bryan, 6 points for Deidre Miller. Total rebounds in the game, 21 for Columbia Basin, 24 for Mount Vernon. And turnovers, 5 committed by Mount Vernon, by Skagit Valley, and 5 also for the Columbia Basin Hawks. Shooting in the first half, Skagit Valley was 14 of 34 for 41.2%. And for Columbia Basin, they were 12 of 32 for 37.5%. So we are set for the second half to get underway. Skagit Valley coach, I thought, was going to run away and hide, but CBC kind of just crawled their way back and stayed close.
Yeah, I think for Coach Epperson, they feel comfortable in some sort of zone, which it seems like with Columbia Basin, they've got some shooters out there. So that'd make me a little nervous as a coach not to go to one particular style of defense for too long, because it just takes, a ball going through the basket for Columbia Basin here to kind of get some confidence and put themselves right back in this, or for that matter, over the top.
Second half of action gets underway, alternating possession, controlled by Skagit Valley. They'll be moving to our right here in the second half, in the white jerseys trimmed in red and black. They go deep in the right-hand corner to Jones Smith, who didn't play a lot there in the first half. As they work it around the left-hand side, bounce pass underneath, Jones Smith has it. Closed off there defensively, kick it off to a teammate. The lane is up and no good by Deidre Miller. But she got fouled in the act, and she will go to the free throw line. Miller will go to the line for Skagit Valley. And the foul is going to be called here on Sabine Kao out of Woodinville High School. That's her third personal foul. First free throw is no good, and she will get another. Kao, who will go right to the bench, committed a foul, her third, and she's been battling something, been nursing down the Gatorade and walking around with a garbage can with her. Next free throw is no good, so the lead remains 3 points at 32-29. Now Columbia Basin basketball. They go down, off balance, shot on the way, won't go by Kayla Jones. She disrupted the rebound sitting on the seat of her pants, but it'll be grabbed by Skagit Valley. Cardinals out of backcourt. Brianna Chow brings it up. Out of Hayes between the circles, swing it right side. In the corner, Adia Jones-Smith. Back to Hayes again. And she'll dribble in, put it off, bangs it off the window and in, and it's a 5-point lead. Somebody's got to step in front of Maddie Hayes.
Indeed, stop the basketball. That was a good drive, though, good finish.
Now Columbia Basin trying to answer with Higginbotham. Short arms it, no good. And Mandy Hayes grabs the rebound for Skagit Valley. Leading by 5, they have the basketball. Skagit Valley's led by as much as 11 points in this ball game. Columbia Basin has not had a lead, and we have not been tied in this game either. Hayes dribbles and give it off. Lay-in up, no good by Chow. And the rebound controlled by Columbia Basin. Hawks out of backcourt. Kayla Jones dribbles it herself, gives it to Higginbotham, goes around a screen, and we're going to have a foul called. I think she went around a screen that was a moving screen.
Yeah, didn't leave enough space in between that handoff and the dribble by, and she got caught.
And she picks up her third personal foul and the second team foul. Kayla Jones out of White Swan with that foul. Now Mandy Hayes bounces it right side. Back over it goes to Miller. Now cross court to Chow. In the corner, Jones Smith. 8 seconds to shoot. They're working it around, and now turn, stop, and pop from about 10 feet away. That won't go. That's going to be a miss there by Emily Yost. Grabbed by Columbia Basin. Hawks out of backcourt. Stop, shot on the way, 14-footer. That won't go. It's going to be missed by Alexis Higginbotham. And back the other way we go. Skagit Valley basketball with a 5-point lead. Jones Smith, as they get it out to Emily Yost, and then Jones Smith again, and then she traveled with the basketball. Committed the turnover. I'm not sure she was expecting to get the pass back.
Got a little excited. She had a lane baseline there to get to the rim. Got some happy feet.
Walla Walla Warriors winners earlier tonight, 63-57 over Lower Columbia. They are awaiting the winner of this ball game to play in the Final Four next week, 4 o'clock next Saturday here at Everett Community College. Dribble drive right side. Fanganillo into the ball game. And we're going to have a held ball. Is that what she said?
Yeah, jump ball.
Yeah, jump ball, held ball. So inbounds here. Saved from going out of bounds by Perez. Over to the right side, 3 ball on the way. May have been partially affected as Joan Smith went out there, but down it goes for Alexis Higginbotham. And it's a 2-point ball game, 34-32. Joan Smith. Now to Chow, to Hayes. Miller faces up. Back out it goes to Yost. Now underneath. Bodies on the deck. That's going to be Brianna Chow down. And a foul is going to be called. And a couple of foul shots here for Brianna Chow. The whistle on Alexis Higginbotham. Her first personal foul, 3rd team foul of this 3rd quarter. First free throw is good for Brianna Chow from Blaine High School, a Blaine Borderite. Next free throw. Now Blaine I've been to and through.
Do we know what a Borderite is?
Well, have you ever been to Blaine High School?
Of course.
It's right there by the border.
Well, I get that, but a Borderite. Yeah, what's the mascot?
It's a long line with 45th parallel right across the chest. 36-34. 54-40 or fight. I don't know what the mascot is. Here's a shot on the way. Won't go. Right side, Adia Jones Smith. We'll put our best people on it to look that up, what the Blaine Borderite mascot is. And who gets to wear the costume of a long, crooked line. Battle for the basketball as Columbia Basin had it, and then the Skagit Valley decided they wanted it back, and so they just took it away. Brianna Chow. Adia Jones Smith. Chow again. Hayes. They're just working outside. Down to 8 seconds to shoot. As Yost lost the handle, give it to Hayes again. Down to 3, down to 2, never got it. It's going to be stolen away. Grabbed by Fanganillo. Up the floor they go. Fanganillo gets it back behind her to Higginbotham. Tried to split the defense, and the defense took the ball away. Back up the floor, Adia Jones Smith laying up. Good! Didn't have a lot of help back there defensively. And Aspen Fiander was back there from Kennewick, and she just kind of watched her trundle by. Turn around, face the fire. Down it goes for Emily Botkin. That's Emily Botkin with the bucket, and it's 38-36. Chow. Swings it to Hayes. Now to Miller. Jones Smith. Turns, puts it up, airballs it, no good. And the rebound taken down by Columbia Basin. So they bring it out of the backcourt quickly. Fanganillo out for a long 3 ball, way out top side, it won't go. Back up by Botkin, it won't go as well. The first miss by Fiander. Botkin grabbed the rebound. And we have a timeout called, and this is going to be a media timeout. I do believe it will be. 4:21 to play in the 3rd quarter. It's Skagit Valley 38, Columbia Basin 36. Back to Everett Community College right here at STSPN.com.
The first day of school is kind of scary. You don't know your teachers yet or who your friends will be. But school is really important. It's how you learn things and grow.
Okay, I'm ready.
You're gonna do great, Mommy.
For you, for them, Clark College. Get started today at clark.edu.
We're all frustrated with the high cost of heating and cooling our homes. At GNS, we are completely changing the way you keep your home comfortable. Our Mitsubishi ductless heat pumps allow you to control the temperature in each room separately, all of which can be controlled from your smartphone or tablet. Because we are the mini split experts here in Washington, we can design a perfect system for you, one that will save you a lot of money on your utility bill. Call GNS Heating, Cooling, and Electrical today or visit us at gsheating.com.
Well, we looked it up for Blaine High School. It looks like their mascot is the Peace Arch. You don't get a lot of people volunteering to be the mascot. Guessing out at Lake Stevens High School, you have people that like to be the Viking.
It comes and goes, though. It's a thankless job, but I give a lot of credit to those kids that want to do it.
But they really wouldn't want to be dressed up as the Peace Arch.
I don't think so.
And it's life size, so that's even harder. Okay, the officials had a little conference over there at the official book, and I think we're back and ready to go with 4:21 to go in the third quarter. Overplay on the defense nearly taken away. They're trying to keep it out of the hands of Botkin. Here's a long outside three that won't go, but a foul is going to be called. Adia Jones-Smith is rule number one for all coaches: don't foul a three-point shot.
Well, here's another example here in this particular game. You're 22 feet away, and you're up 2, and you're giving her 3 easy chances at the free throw line right here.
One is good. That's going to be the third personal foul on Adia Jones-Smith, first team foul. So the first free throw closes the gap to 1. The second one ties the score at 38. And that foul could result in Columbia Basin's first tie, this is our first tie, our first lead of the ball game, and it is. Hit all 3, and Columbia Basin takes the lead. And now Skagit Valley will try to answer. Adia Jones-Smith to Lancaster, to Hayes, to Smith again. Deep in the corner, Lancaster. On top, Miller. Lancaster again, dribbling in. Give it to Hayes, 8 to shoot. Right side, Miller. Dribbles into trouble, has the ball stripped away from her. Grabbed by Columbia Basin. Hawks basketball out of backcourt. Chance to increase their lead. Higginbotham brings it into front court. Thinks better of going down low, gives it to Botkin, who turns, faces, fires, offline, right, no good. Taken away on the rebound, grabbed by Michaela Lancaster. She knows where the border is. She's from Linden Christian High School. That's why if you're crossing at Sumas.
Good reference. I like it. I like it.
Looking right side. Adia Jones-Smith. Turnaround, foul line jumper. Good. Big shot for Skagit Valley. They needed to kind of stem the bleeding, and it's back to a Skagit Valley lead by 1 point.
Good to see Miller with a hoop there. It's been a little while since we've seen her score. Need to help balance it out here, provide another scoring option for Skagit.
Feander over to Higginbotham, dribbled to the baseline, closed off there. They're going to call the block.
Oh, that was good defense. I thought she had great feet, good position, little contact. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
right
that's a tough one there for Deidre Miller out of Monroe High School. Picks up the foul. That's her second personal foul. And the second team foul. Feander now to Higginbotham. Starts the dribble, closed off. Back out to the top of the key again. Feander, now they go deep in the left-hand corner. Higginbotham again, and intercepted. Grabbed by Adia Jones-Smith. Brings it herself out of backcourt, 1-on-2. Finds a defender. No, splits the defense. Was looking for a teammate. Went up, got fouled, and she'll have to earn him at the free throw line. She's trying to go coast to coast after the steal. That is going to be whistled here on Aspen Feander, her first personal foul, fourth team foul. And Adia Jones-Smith, free throw, good. Skagit Valley out to a 2-point lead, 41-39. Adia Jones-Smith from Tulalip Heritage High School. Hits them both, and it's a 3-point lead. That's Kayla Jones. Out on top again with DeFeander, and then the ball. They're gonna put. He was pointing at Jones-Smith, but I think he was pointing at her to send her to the free throw line. She's shooting, and the foul's going to be called here on Columbia Basin. Fouled on Aspen Feander, her second personal foul. Fifth team foul, so bonus time now the rest of this quarter First one good for Adia Jones-Smith, and she'll get another.
Good hustle play right there. Would have given up probably a lane if that foul hadn't occurred. So want to see her make both of those 15-footers.
One more shot here for Adia Jones-Smith. It's good, and it's 43-39. Quickly out of backcourt comes Crystal Fanganillo. Now to Perez. KO is back in. Dribbling in with the right hand, no good. She'll have to get him at the free throw line. Alexis Higginbotham will go to the stripe. And the foul's going to be on Skagit Valley. And that'll be on Emily Yost. Her second personal foul, third team foul. First one is good for Higginbotham. And she will get another. We're under 2 minutes to play in the third quarter. Both are good. The lead is 3, 44-41. Now Skagit Valley with the lead in the basketball. Final minute 50 of the third quarter. Adia Jones-Smith to Ludwig, who's back in the ball game. Back to Smith. Looks for a screen. Now to Lancaster. 8 to shoot. Here's a shot on the way. Good. Maddie Bryan from Seaholm drains it. And it's 46-41. Dribbling in. Nope. Ball's going to be taken away. Stripped away and grabbed by Skagit Valley. Emily Yost with the basketball. Brings it out of backcourt. Michaela Lancaster. Out on top to Bryan. Now they swing it right corner to Jones-Smith. 12 to shoot. Coming up at a minute to play in the quarter. Kind of a force up there by Adia Jones-Smith. Trying to draw the foul, didn't. Ball went out of bounds though. Last touch by Columbia Basin. Skagit Valley on the inbounds with 7 seconds to shoot. Baseline inbounds. Looking. 5 seconds. Didn't get it in.
That was a rather quick 5. I was on 4 myself.
Well, he counts by twos. 1, 3, 5. So and then there's sometimes you think, how long, when it's the other team, right?
Exactly right. That's exactly right.
I got to 8.
I say 5 seconds at 2. The other team has the ball.
Dribbling in, off balance, foul called. Kayla Jones kind of got bailed out by the foul as she was kind of just rumbling and stumbling down through the lane. And now Kayla Jones goes to the free throw line. Foul on Adia Jones-Smith. That's her 4th personal foul. 15. Four personals and 4 team.
It's a big foul right there for Skagit right before the end of the quarter, going into the 4th. She's had a nice little stretch here these last couple of minutes. Hopefully that's not going to be too much of a detriment to them heading into the 4th.
Free throw good for Jones. 46-43. And a little full court pressure here. 26 to shoot, 40 on the game clock. Changing direction with the basketball is Jessica Ludwig. Now top of the key, Lancaster. Ludwig. Bryan. 10 to shoot. Backing in, nearly stolen. No, not yet. It's going to be grabbed back by Skagit Valley. Turnaround jumper won't go. Down to 1 second. Ball went out of bounds. They have 1 second to shoot. Do they know they have 1 second to shoot? Maddie Bryan will throw it in. Yes, they do. Jessica Ludwig does. Air ball. And it will be turned over now on the shot clock violation. Give it over to Columbia Basin with 15.6 seconds to play in the third quarter. That's Jones, splits the defense and gets hit. Hit by Jessica Ludwig coming in. And so Kayla Jones will go to the free throw line for the Hawks.
Jessica was in a little bit of no man's land there. Jones is coming right at her one-on-one with no help defense.
First personal foul on Ludwig, 5th team foul. First free throw rattles out. A couple of fresh bodies check in now for Skagit Valley. And one more free throw for Kayla Jones. It's good. KO goes down to the floor. Down to 7, down to 6. Up the floor they go. That's going to be Lancaster. Gets it underneath for the laying up and good for Mandy Hayes. And that will bring us to the end of the third quarter here at Everett Community College. Our score, it's the Skagit Valley Cardinals 48, the Columbia Basin Hawks 44. Fourth and final quarter, last game of the weekend, coming up next here on STSBN.com.
To Basketball City, USA.
I use my brain, open lanes to the top of the game. I use my hand on any man that would try to contain me. Use my feet and compete like a leap to the death. I use my heart and it'll beat till I breathe my last breath.
Hoop Fest 2017. Don't miss your shot.
Welcome back here to Everett. 48-44, Skagit Valley with a lead over Columbia Basin. Got something we're going to show Coach Edens here in a moment. There you go.
Nice.
Viking mascot, or Viking, where's that at? Is that at your?
That's right in the gym foyer right there. It's a little superimposed image. I know that's not on him as we speak, but.
So here we go, Skagit Valley with the basketball. Michaela Lancaster down to 8 to shoot. Dribble drive going in, off the glass, that's it, no good. Kayla Jones, but you were talking about how big a basket that was at the end of the third quarter.
Yeah, big time. It just, you want to be organized, especially off of a free throw right there.
Kayla Jones nails it. She hits the deck, she gets hit, and she'll go to the free throw line. And a chance to pull the Hawks to within 1 point. Pillman picks up the foul, her second personal foul, first team foul. Kayla Jones at the stripe for Columbia Basin. It's a 2-point ball game. It's a 1-point ball game. Kayla Jones with the bucket. Full court pressure. Adia Jones-Smith brings it up out of back court. Lost the handle. Taken away. Sabine Ko, 1-on-2, laying up, missed it. And Jones-Smith grabs the rebound.
Wow. She had nothing to worry about because Smith couldn't foul. She's got 4. She just needed to finish the play.
She could not do it. Now that's Ludwig. Dribble to the baseline. Bounce it underneath. Jones-Smith. No, won't go, but she'll go to the free throw line. Nice pass by Ludwig right there, by the way, to Jones-Smith. Found her open. And Adia Jones-Smith goes to the free throw line. Higginbotham picks up the foul, her second personal foul, first team foul. First free throw is good for Adia Jones-Smith. She has 9 points in the game. And it'll stay there as the next free throw won't go. A 2-point ball game. Kayla Jones dribbling in, laying up, good. It's not a 2-point ball game. We're tied for the first time in the game. It's 49-49. Adia Jones-Smith out of backcourt now for Skagit Valley. All tied. Somebody wants to play in the Final Four next week.
I think for Columbia Basin, they got to continue to go at Smith with 4 fouls. She knows she can't pick up number 5. That could be a huge advantage for them here in the fourth quarter.
Ludwig will throw it in to Chow. Back out to Ludwig, top of the key. Dumps it to Chow. Back to Ludwig again. Looked at the 3, dribbles into the paint, puts it up off the glass and in. Nice move by Jessica Ludwig out of Arlington High School. And then a whistle on the inbounds. Stepping over the line before getting rid of the basketball was Sabine Ko, and it will be right back over to Skagit Valley.
Just a huge turnover right there.
That's one you go back and go, just don't show me that one again on the tape.
Exactly right, unforced error.
So here is Brianna Chow with it. They almost threw it into backcourt, which would have been fine as long as it wasn't carried into backcourt. Ludwig.
I've seen Ludwig take that shot before. She's hurt the Vikings a few times with that kind of shot. She can make that.
Dribbling it. Oh, man.
Ouch.
That was a thumping. And that was Mandy Hayes. And what are they going to call? Now, he put up 5. He wasn't saying the foul. Okay. All right, he put up a 5 like the foul was going to be on Sabine Ko, who was still picking up parts of her body off the floor. She's up and actually okay.
He just signaled Smith, though, and she wasn't in the vicinity.
So we're going to give the foul to offensive foul to Mandy Hayes. That's who had the basketball. That's who ran over Sabine Ko. First personal foul, second team foul. So no shots there on the offensive foul, but possession goes to Columbia Basin. Down by 1, dribble in, offensive foul. They've been calling it on both ends of the floor. Both these teams well versed in the taking the charge. Higginbotham's foul, 3rd personal, 2nd team. And the Skagit Valley basketball leading by 1. Same problem we had last night as Brianna Chow takes some time to tie her shoe. I think it's just take a rest.
Exactly right. I would catch her breath. Probably got the wind knocked out of her. Need a second or 2.
Foul's going to be called. Putting up the elbow there was a Sabine Ko. That's her 4th personal foul, 3rd team foul. Sideline inbounds here to Ludwig. Give it off to Hayes. Now to Chow. Ludwig again. In the corner, Joan Smith. They just work the perimeter here. 13 to shoot. Down low it goes. They're going to say off of Columbia Basin and out of bounds. And checking in here.
I'd like to see a little bit more action on the Skagit Valley side of things. A little stagnant on the offensive side.
They'll throw it in with 11 to shoot. On the inbounds, Joan Smith nearly lost it. Gets it. 7 to shoot, 6 to shoot, 5 to shoot. Top of the key, Joan Smith, step through move at the foul line. Rattles off, no good. Back up, no good. That's a miss by Yost. Nearly cleared out there by Skagit Valley, but it's taken by Columbia Basin. Quickly up the floor they come. Kayla Jones with it. Goes into traffic as the ball knocked away. Last touch by Skagit Valley. Columbia Basin will retain possession with 6:52 to play in the game, 20 on the shot clock, and a 2-point lead for Skagit Valley. They'll throw it in. Ball knocked out of bounds. Yost and knocked it out of bounds, knocked it away from Kayla Jones, so they'll inbound it now at the far sideline right in front of the official scores table. Jones. Back out it goes to Perez. To Ko. To Jones again. Goes into traffic. Travel with the basketball. She looks over at Coach Darren Santo. He just puts out his palms and says that's the way it goes. Hey, Darren Santo, suit and tie. I'd like to see all coaches in suits and ties.
Agreed. Got to show respect for the game. I love it. Looking good.
So here is Skagit Valley. Brianna Chow, the 2-point lead for the Cardinals. 6:20 to play. Chow. Now to Hayes again. Lost the handle. Stolen away. Almost stolen away. I guess it is stolen away because the foul is going to be called on Brianna Chow, trying to go in and just grab the basketball away. And for Chow, for Skagit Valley, her first personal foul, third team foul. So out of bounds for Columbia Basin. Down by 2. Open 3 look. Rattles deep in the well for Sierra Perez. It won't go. Tough luck shot for Perez. I thought that was going to go in, and it didn't. And Chow brings it out of backcourt for the Cardinals. Now Miller. Stop. Put it up from 13 feet away. Deidre Miller opens up a 4-point lead, 53-49. Now Perez closed off there momentarily, goes in, laying up, offensive foul. For the life of me, I don't think Stephanie Rowland was going to call that when she blew the whistle.
She was a little tardy, and again, she was well within the restricted area. It's kind of a pattern here, I think, with that offensive foul.
Lots of offensive fouls in this game. That's going to be the first personal against Perez, 4th team foul. Skagit Valley ball up by 4. Miller to Hayes to Jones-Smith. Back up to Miller again. Dump it underneath, but it's going to be stolen away. 5-on-4 break as they don't have Adia Jones-Smith on the defensive end yet. Long outside 3 won't go. Out of bounds, last touch by Skagit Valley. It'll be CBC basketball. 5:05 to play. Ball knocked out of bounds off the inbounds.
Like to see Perez be a little more assertive. She's only got 4 points right now, averages over 20 on the season for Columbia Basin. She needs to rise to the occasion here. Columbia Basin expects to pull this one out.
KO to throw it in. They do on the turnover. Intended for Higginbotham and taken away from her by Mandy Hayes. And it's Skagit Valley basketball with a 4-point lead. Under 5 to play. Adia Jones-Smith to Deidre Miller. Now left side, Hayes. They dump it inside to Yost. She goes to the deck. Foul is going to be called. And it looks like it's going to be called on Alexis Higginbotham, her 4th personal foul, 5th team foul. Media timeout on the floor. We step aside with a 4:41 to play in the game. It's a 4-point lead for Skagit Valley, 53-49, right here on STSBN.com.
You know you need a getaway when your laundry pile is bigger than the last mountain you biked. It's time. Go Oak Ridge, the mountain bike capital of the Northwest, where you'll find miles of single track without lots of people. After your downhill ride, swap stories and battle scars over a pint, then stay and play another day. To plan your getaway, go to EugeneCascadesCoast.org/go. It's time. Go Oak Ridge.
You are invited to immerse yourself in the beauty of nature in all 4 corners of Lewis County, Washington. From our fields to your table, farms in the west share their bounty. Limitless landscapes, forests and mountains beg to be explored in the east. Fish our many rivers and lakes in the south, and discover where history and culture intersect in our Twin Cities. Explore it all by visiting our Facebook page and plan your next getaway at discoverlewiscounty.com. Culture, history, and adventure all come alive when you discover Lewis County.
Well, there's our friend Rich Haldy, a former administrator, now retired here at Everett Community College on the Snohomish County Sports Hall of Fame committee. And I think he got the, you get to be in charge, Coach, can you? And be in charge of the entrance tunnel. And he's been here for every single game. Todd Elvig's been here for every game too. But so has Coach Rich Haldy. So our hats off to him. Second free throw won't go. for Yost. The lead is 5, 54-49 after she hit the first. Backing down is Jones. Kicks it back out. Open three on the way. There's what you wanted, Coach Edens. You wanted Sierra Perez to get more involved in the offense as she drains a three ball.
No question about it. She's going to have to rise to the occasion here down the stretch.
Little stutter step move there by Hayes. Now out to Chow. Adia Jones-Smith starts the dribble, goes around the defender, puts it up, and rattles it home. Adia Jones-Smith with the bucket. It's a 4-point lead again. Now Ko hesitates, gives it off to Kayla Jones. Jones to the baseline, was looking for Botkin, kicked out of bounds. Last kick there by Cardinal. So 17 on the shot clock. Under now 4 minutes to play in the game. And these teams kind of, I think they're just out of gas. It's expending a whole lot of energy. Ko will throw it in, but it's going to be stolen away. Not really stolen away. Stolen back there by Kayla Jones. I think they were unaware where the ball was. Down to 8 to shoot. Jones out of control, and she's going to get bailed out by a foul. She went to the deck. I'm not sure she was in full possession of where she was and where she was going.
Jones has really tried to force the issue to either get free throws, a lane, or both, and has gotten herself into some precarious situations here.
Chow were their second personal foul, fourth team foul. Inbounds for the Hawks. Botkin back out. Perez to,
look good.
That did not look good. Going in is Sabine Ko for the bucket. It's good.
Ouch.
That'll make it 56-54. And Kayla Jones, her left leg buckled, and now she gets up and walks off sort of under her own power. But boy, that left leg buckled, I thought, when she got the ball, and she just went down.
It just looked like a knee the way she went down, but she's kind of lacing the shoes up super tight. Must be an ankle.
Isn't it funny that I'm not saying it's funny, but it's funny when you see somebody that you think she has blown her knee completely out. They get up and run off and go back in right the next whistle.
Yeah, no question. Especially if she's got, some people have a history of doing that, and it's scary on our end, but they're used to it. They'll, like I said, lacing up a little bit tighter and try to keep things moving. Adrenaline's probably going a bunch right now too.
And we all know people that have popped their shoulder and they just pop it right back in.
Yeah, I had a player, Megan Warbus, played for me, and she 5'8" post player for us. And
5'8" post player?
Yeah, 5'8" post. That was our short series of years.
Okay.
But she was great. She was an all-timer for me. And but yeah, she had that. Her shoulder would pop out, and she'd, "Coach, just give me a second." And you'd give her a second, and she'd pop it right back in. As
everybody's holding their
yeah,
hand
we're
over
all
their
turning away. Go ahead and do your thing, Megan. But she was a warrior there. There was no question.
And then I was going to say, and then sometimes you see people that they fall down and you think, well, just get up.
Yeah.
Knees out, gone for the year.
Well, like Chris Boucher from Oregon the other night against Arizona played the rest of the night. Lo and behold, he had a torn ACL. Did MRI later that night. Played the whole night on it. And, didn't look anything super serious, but that's how that goes sometimes. Scary.
So 3:24 to play in the game. It's a 2-point lead for Skagit Valley. The last line to be filled in on my score sheet for the Final Four next week, both men and women. Miller on the dribble to Chow. Now to Hayes. Back to Chow again. Adia Jones-Smith tried to force underneath to Yost, and it is going to be knocked away and grabbed by Kayla Jones. Brings it out of back court. Swings it back out to Sabine Ko. Closed off defensively. Not sure where she was going, but it wasn't between those two defenders for Skagit Valley, and it'll be Cardinal basketball. 2:40 to play. Leave it there for Miller. And Chow, 12 to shoot. Taking some time. Miller, right side. Jones-Smith dribbles in, lost the ball, went out of bounds. Last touch by Columbia Basin. They'll inbound it with 3 seconds on the shot clock. Now Higginbotham checks back in. Inbound here for Skagit Valley. Long inbound to Jones Smith. Couple of dribbles and puts it up. Offline, won't go. Battle for the rebound. Won by Columbia Basin. Taken by Kayla Jones. Brings it up herself. Swings it past left side to Perez. I thought she was going to go up for the three. She just didn't do it. Right in her is Chow, and she kind of spun her way around Chow, put it up and in, and we are tied at 56 all.
That was a nice move, right behind the back to the basket, little pull up.
Now Chow has it. All tied up, under 2 minutes to play. Miller to Hayes, to Chow, back to Miller again. Under 10 to shoot, turnaround jumper, that's a big bucket. Big bucket there for Deidre Miller as they worked it around. Immediate timeout called there. And Columbia Basin will have the basketball down by 2 points at 58-56.
How many times tonight has Deidre Miller come up with a timely basket? Goodness sakes, it seems like 8 of her 10, I think, or 8 of her 12 have just been at huge junctures.
Well, I'm guessing you've had players like that too. They always, well, yeah, they're playing at Boise State, right? They always step up.
They are. Well, you want to put your players in positions to do great things, and really have. I've been tremendously blessed and fortunate to have them roll through our program, no doubt about it.
So here we go. Both teams out after a short timeout. It's going to be Columbia Basin. You wouldn't press here, Coach, would you?
No, plenty of time. Just need a good possession, something to the basket, and play good possession defense as well.
Kayla Jones spins, gets it down low to Botkin, back out. 3 ball on the way. No, won't go for Perez. Tap up, no good by Botkin. They're going to say last touch by Jones Smith for Skagit Valley. Columbia Basin retains possession. Fresh 30 seconds on the shot clock. Skagit by 2.
Get something at the basket here. No need for a 20-footer.
KO gets it out to Jones. She will shoot not a 20-footer. It was an 18-footer that would not go. Probably not the shot that Darren Santo was looking for. Although it was a fairly decent look. Jones Smith holds the ball.
And we've seen Jones hit that, so not a bad on her front, but certainly want to get something to the basket here.
Jones Smith, 10 to shoot, under a minute to play. Here's Miller again. Clutch Miller, they call her. Turnaround, banks it in.
Deidre Miller.
Boy, did you call that one.
Seriously, I think tonight she just continued to come up with timely baskets.
She's got 14 points in the ball game. Deidre Miller. And we're going to see if we can take another look at that one. Oh. So it's a 58-56 Skagit Valley with a lead over Columbia Basin. Yeah, we didn't capture that one, so we won't. That's forever in the ethos. Huge shot for her, though.
Yeah, no question. And it seems she hasn't really forced the issue, in terms of looking for her own. She's just, when she's had open shots, she's stepped them up and knocked them down. I don't know if that was particularly open, but, sometimes it'd be better to be lucky than good. And, hey, the backboard's up there for a reason, so we'll take it.
Deidre Miller from, we do have it. We should be able to see it. Oh.
Oh, looks like they're doing a little review, checking to see if that's a 2 or a 3.
We called it a 2. I think it is gonna be a 2. So 60-56. Deidre Miller from Monroe High School, Monroe Bearcat, a 5'10" sophomore.
Plenty of time for Columbia Basin here. Needs something at the basket. Looks like Skagit come out in a 2-3 zone. Look.
So inbounds here. Higginbotham. Not sure what that move was. To KO. KO, foul line jumper, air ball. No good. Jones Smith fouled in backcourt. Had to take the foul there. And Adia Jones Smith will go to the free throw line.
I don't know if that was what Coach Santo drew up in the timeout.
So Adia Jones-Smith at the stripe. The foul is going to be on Sabine Ko, her 5th personal, so she fouls out. I think this is going to be a Sunday that she just as soon forgets, Sabine Ko. First free throw is good. It's a 5-point lead. Now here's Jones-Smith. Rims it off. No. What?
I thought that was a white lane violation, not blue. That's it, yep.
Okay. So they can say lane violation on the Skagit Valley Cardinals. So Columbia Basin basketball. Down by 5. 30 seconds to play. That's Perez. Runner by Perez won't go. Rebound grab down. Grabbed by Emily Yost, and we're going to go to the other end for free throws there. So it's kind of looking, give me a key why Skagit Valley is going to win this ball game.
Well, I like that they've mixed up defensively here these last few possessions, which has caused a lot of confusion on Columbia Basin's behalf. They haven't been able to, take a straight line drive to the basket because of all the congestion in the middle. So now I got to be looking for threes with 22 seconds to go, down 6. Got to have some sort of quick hit for a 3, I think.
Emily Yost, first free throw, second free throw, hit them both. Big free throw shots, and it's a 7-point lead. So quickly comes Jones, dribbles through the paint, don't foul. They don't. She lays it up and in. Looking to inbound it, they do, and a foul called. Another key, Deidre Miller. Some key shots at exactly the right time when they needed them.
Yeah, no question. It's been the difference ultimately. I mean, that's why this game is where it's at with 5. I know Skagit's hit a few free throws here, but without those timely baskets, it'd be a little bit different situation for Skagit Valley.
So Jones-Smith at the line. No good. First one. Sierra Perez had picked up that foul, her 3rd personal. Jones-Smith gets another. 5-point game, 6-point game, 2 possession. Quickly, Columbia Basin with 11 seconds to play. Long outside 3. Boy, that went deep in the well. That could have been interesting had that one go for Kayla Jones. But with 3.6 seconds to go, and the rebound into the hands of Skagit Valley, and the Cardinals are going to start celebrating a little bit, and they're going to, let me just double check. I think, are they making the shortest drive to come back here next week? They even get to sleep in their own beds.
Yeah, and certainly not from Walla Walla. That's not the shortest drive.
No. Not from Umpqua. It sends 2 teams. Tacoma is further away than Mount Vernon, College Way. And Skagit Valley is going to come right back here and try to win a NWAC Women's Basketball Championship. First one no good for Emily Yost. One more coming up for her. With 3.6 seconds to go. Next one is good. 65-58. Long 3 that will not go, and that'll be your final score. The Skagit Valley Cardinals 65 and the Columbia Basin Hawks 58. A couple of good basketball games here tonight to wrap up the weekend.
No question. I certainly very entertained, and that's what you would ask for, especially this time of the year. It's March, searching for titles and championships, and it's a great environment for these young ladies to compete. I'm sure it's going to be just as entertaining Final Four next weekend.
So the Final Four is set for the women. It'll be Umpqua and Spokane to play next week at 2 p.m. here on Saturday at Everett Community College. Walla Walla and Skagit Valley will play at 4 p.m. On the men's side, Tacoma Titans, Umpqua Riverhawks play at 6 p.m. And at 8 p.m. next Saturday, Walla Walla against the Lower Columbia Red Devils. All those games here at Everett Community College, and all of them on STSPN.com. Again, today's final score, the Skagit Valley Cardinals 65, the Columbia Basin Hawks 58. For Randy Edens, for Buddy Patrick, for Todd Elvig on STSPN, I'm Tom Lafferty. Thanks for being with us, and good night from Everett Community College.